We must start.
Okay, so good evening and welcome to the fifth day of the one-week national level online faculty development program on strategies for developing outcome-based curriculum and utilizing digital tools in education. This FDP is being organized by Institutions Innovation Council, Netaji Subhash Open University, in collaboration with Uttarakhand Open University. We are honored to have with us Professor K. Srinivas of National Institute of Educational Planning and Administration, New Delhi. Professor K. Srinivas holds a PhD degree in computer science and has been utilizing open source ICT tools and technologies in teaching, learning, and student evaluation since 1990, both at graduate and postgraduate levels. His area of interest are e-learning, blended learning, MOOCs, ICT-enabled pedagogy, computer applications in project management, e-governance. He is having more than 30 years of teaching, research, industry, and consultancy experience. Professor K. Srinivas also conducts teacher training workshops both at school education and higher education across the country for teachers. He has written a number of articles on different aspects of university automation, e-governance, training, etc. And these articles have been published in international forums and presented. He has presented papers on various aspects of e-governance and blended learning, blended online mode of teaching, MOOCs, etc. So the topic of today's discussion is alternative educational technologies and open educational resources. So with this very brief introduction, I request Professor Srinivas to kindly deliver his talk. And before that, I will request all the participants to kindly keep you muted till we have the interaction session. But as requested by Professor Srinivas, you can turn on your feed, you can turn on your camera feed so that we can have an engaging discussion. We will have an interaction session after the talk is over. So now over to Professor Srinivas for the lecture.
Thank you, Dr. Pushpal. Tell me, I should continue the 2 hours the talk, or the interaction will be there for some time?
Sir, we can have the interaction at the end of your talk, or if you like, we can have it.
Sir, 1 hour 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
Okay, I think that would be better.
Yes, 15 minutes for interaction.
Yeah. Thank you. Professor Anirban Ghosh and Dr. Pushpal and Professor Mathur and the participants. Good evening to all of you. Thank you very much for extending the invitation to me to speak about two important topics which are going to be very important during our teaching learning process. And these things have been envisaged by the National Educational Policy. So my session will focus two important interesting aspects. Number one, the let's try to explore the key recommendations of NEP, National Educational Policy 2020, for integrating the technology in higher education and identify the skills and competencies in higher education teachers must acquire to fulfill the key recommendations of NEP 2020. So when I'm trying to say the key recommendations means technology integration in higher education only, I'll be speaking. I'm not going beyond that. Even in this 2 hours talk, I'll try to cover only few tools, techniques, processes, and procedures. But what is more important to me, that what is disturbing me across India, in the name of technology, lot many things are happening. But lot many workshops, seminars, conferences are being happened, and people are attending that. But very few individuals are taking this one into the classroom. If I think that would be the outcome of the workshop. So unless and until we take this one to the classroom and try to implement, So things will not change. Only thing is, we often talks about this is happening in this country, this is happening in this country, this is happening in this state, but we can do better than many people. So I think that was the main point on which I'm starting my session. Even though I had given two important things to the organizers, but at the same time I don't want let's focus on some of the important aspects which I wish to discuss and try to see it in this platform. So the first one which I wish to speak, and as I already mentioned to you, that this is the title of my presentation, the first presentation, Introduction to Alternative Educational Technology, what it is all about, and why should we do, and what is more important at the end, how should we do it? Okay. So to begin with, as I already mentioned to you, that I will be talking, will try to explore the key recommendations of the NEP 2020 for integrating technology in higher education, and also we'll try to identify the skills and competencies. They talk about artificial intelligence, they talk about the virtual reality, they talk about the augmented reality, lot many things they have been saying. But actually, and very importantly, there are certain things which require to be understood. So I'll be meeting into that. This is because I think you must have noted or seen this one. Being a teacher is not so easy. And, and especially after the Corona period, and lot many expectations. Of course, we keep that national educational policy aside even. So lot many changes are already happened, and people are expecting, unless and until the teachers are not providing the value addition, quality value addition, students do not want to sit in the class. So I think, we want to update and upgrade. So what is the need of the hour? The need of the hour is accepting the change, whatever the way it is being expected, and do whatever best it is possible, so that we should not be became obsolete. So I don't want to see, barring in Kolkata, uh, very limited ambassador cars I could able to see. One of the best car this country has developed. What happened to that? It was not updated to the extent possible. Then afterwards, even though we purchased one or two cars in the university, we are not going to get any spares and so many things. And finally, then there is a big audit objection and so on. So it was not updated on time. Similarly, another example is Nokia phone. We all know very well that Nokia basic phone not updated, not updated to the time which is. Of course, somebody is saying HMT watches also, and all these things definitely. So the point, what I'm trying to say, I don't want to see a teacher like this, because now the Instagram reels, Facebook shorts, generative AI, so many things are happening, and people started talking something very disturbing, which I don't like it also. And they say that what is the need of a teacher? Friends, let me tell you one thing. Whether you like this statement or not, teacher cannot be replaced. Teacher cannot be replaced. Teacher cannot be replaced. Teacher is an integral part of the teaching learning process. But the way it was taught 5 years back, the way it was taught 10 years back is different. Now the next 5 years are going to be different. Who expected that we have so many online classes? And even today, as I've been, I think, I don't know how you have been hearing or not. This is my sixth class. All 5 classes, more than 50% time we spent on hands-on activity. You may be, there again the same thing. Like Pushpal and Anirban, I hardly found there are 100 participants in all 6 classes, but all cameras are off. And I was surprised to note that the moment I asked that why the cameras are not off, they said, sir, the cameras are knocked down. I said, why don't you reply your microphone? Microphones are not working. And keyboard, I said, why don't you reply? Keyboards are also not working. It was not a surprise to me. It was the need of the hour. It was the reality. But at the same time, same set of people. And when you conduct the classes, they expect that people should be there. So I think, this is the need of the hour. We all will try to do our best to procure the good webcams and microphones, and things can happen because the interactivity is more important as far as this concerned. So there is a nice book by Spencer Johnson. If you are interested to read that book, and please, it's available in the internet and you can go through that book, which is very, very important book. So change happens. If you part of the change, then your name will be, people will under, because no, we are all paid staff members of state governments or central governments. So our students will remember that, oh, I think sir has done something differently. Okay, because that's the role of a teacher we are all playing. And this quote applicable for all the teachers, because people started saying that, sir, so many changes are happening in technology, AI, VI, this thing, that thing, all these things are happening. So am I supposed to learn everything? I said, it's up to you. What Martin Luther King Jr. said, it's applicable for all our teachers, friends. I think, Dr. Anipan, I'm speaking only one language. Is it okay? I think I was
Yeah,
not
yeah.
supposed to speak
Yes.
in Hindi also. No?
No, sir. As you
So,
Yeah,
wish.
yes, sir.
As you wish.
Yeah, English is comfortable for us. Yeah, I don't know
Okay.
Hindi.
ಯಾರು சொல்லுது sir?
English
Oh.
is better, sir. You can.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay. No, because sir, nowadays I was supposed to, I was supposed to ask this question beginning, because in earlier workshops people said add little bit of Hindi, add little bit of Tamil, add little bit of Telugu. So anyway, good. I think if you give me a little
In that case,
flexibility,
demand will be increased, sir.
yeah. So what is my take of this nice quote by Martin Luther King? So if you can able to fly, then go fly. Can't fly, then run, and can't run, walk. Can't walk, crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. I think that is aptly suited for all our teachers. What is important is there are so many developments are happening, but what is very important to me is we are all subject experts. I think we should always update and upgrade, theoretically strong, practically sound. So people will say practically sound means, sir, what will happen with sociology? See, it's not practically means, don't think that lathe machine working and computer science coding kind of a thing, or medical dissection kind of a thing. How practically this knowledge can be used. That is the need of the hour. So the teacher only can able to do that, because when you explain a concept, we are using basic level of understanding we are giving, advanced level and application level. And we are explaining the concept, we are explaining the idea, we are explaining the skill, we are explaining the task. What is the difference now with the help of technology? Excellent resources are available. Excellent content is available. The only thing is you need to understand that and align that resources to the students, adding your expertise. That is what we do in the improvisation in the classroom. Okay, so this one should be taken. And there is another interesting thing. People always talks that technology will replace the teacher. I don't know why, but even last week, sir, I was 3 days in Bhubaneswar with one of the technological university. On the first day, when everything was ready, the vice chancellor introduced me and a lot of things were happened. Suddenly there was a fluctuation in somewhere in the transformer, and light was shut down. They took the some unplanned shutdown. Everybody is saying that no, it is not a good sign. I said, light is off. I think I don't know why we are treating as a good sign or a bad sign. I am there. You are sitting here. and it's an offline workshop, whether the laptop works or not, whether the PowerPoint works or not, I know, because when I decided to take the program for 4 days, I know what was my lesson plan and how I should go for the storytelling. And believe me, friends, the class went up to 2 o'clock and we stopped. I never used the PowerPoint presentation. Subsequently, because so the point what I'm trying to say that technology will not replace the great teachers, but technology in the hands of great teachers can be transformation. So I wish every teacher attending this workshop should be in the range of the great teachers so that any technology can be helpful. So in that case, what are the steps to be taken? Look at this. Look at this. So generally, we are all very much interested to give a to listen a lecture because okay, you understand to certain extent, but definitely there is 100% chance that we will forget. So second scenario is I will show some techniques, some processes, some procedures. Some may remember, but what is the very important component as far as technology integration in teaching learning process? Involve the teachers. So give them a task. So that I think that this is what I'm very happy to note that Professor Mathur asked me, and she's sending multiple reminders to me, CC to Dr. Anirban and CC to other members. I have been traveling, and, and yesterday I must tell you I was sitting in the Bhubaneswar airport and sent that activities list to you because it was little difficult for me to travel. Nowadays problem is you had to confirm the dates. Then after confirm the dates, send the PPT, send 5 questions, questions along with the key. Then of course activities, and then deliver the lecture. Lot many things are expectations are there, but it's a honor to be part of such a wonderful workshop with wonderful people. And so I think this should be kept in mind whenever we are learning a technological tool or any some technique. I think let's explore that. But before exploring, something should be there. Like in education, we often say TPAC, technology, pedagogy, and content knowledge. But only techno pedagogy content knowledge is not enough. What is important is acquire the necessary skills and competencies to align the content in the system. That's very, very important. Okay, now, before I move further, I wish to show one platform. This is being active for the last 18 years. This is my learning portal. And let me show that learning portal on the. So this is my learning portal. And the link of the learning portal, which I've been using for many years, is I think I'll share it with you in this one. Yeah. And this is a platform. And for basically, this is my online classroom, first of all. And the purpose of this classroom is to engage my learners, which are of diverse learning styles. There are slow learners, there are average learners, there are gifted learners, and beyond the classroom and schedule. That is one of the very, very important thing. And this is basically done with the help of Moodle learning management system. But what is important is when I started this one 18 years back, there is no NEP. There is no hybrid mode of learning. But it has given us so much confidence on my learners. During initially first few years, it was little struggle to me because the students has to come to because we don't have that much learning, that much plus applications are available. Now, since the technologies are improved, network technologies are improved. So, and second point is how it is helping me as I told you that my students are having diversified styles. There are slow learners, there are average learners, there are gifted learners. And every learner's learning pace is different, learning space is different, time is different, style is different. So many times, and this facilitated my learners to do, and basically this is an asynchronous learning environment. This is not live. It's a recorded environment. Number one. Number two, and of course, they get the resources, but these resources are not the normal resources. These resources are like, for example, if I'm submitting a video, and these are all interactive videos. I will come to that part. Why it is interactive, why it is required to be done, and some supporting text material I am giving. And most importantly, I encourage my students to be part of that collaborative learning environment. So that they can learn from their experiences also. Of course, my research scholars would be part of that. But what is important is this is an extension of my conventional face-to-face classroom. This is not isolated. So that this will be an extension of my conventional classroom, and but this is again a prefixing of that one. That's how these two things are getting managed. Okay, so this is about this platform. Okay, let's come to before that session. There are a few important points. What are the key recommendations of use of technology in higher education? We all know very well that the National Educational Policy recognizes the important role of technology in higher education and emphasizes the need to leverage it effectively to improve the quality and reach of education. When I'm talking about technology integration, there are three important verticals are there. The first vertical is technology integration in teaching, learning, assessment, and pedagogy. Second, technology integration in governance and management. Third one, technology integration in the research. Here, technology means AI and non-AI also. But what is second point, which is very, very important to me? The policy envisions the use of technology as a means to provide six essential things, which are the pillars of the system. Provide flexible, adaptable, personalized, engaging, interactive, and interesting learning experiences to the students. The question comes, I think this is what we had to learn. Already, many people have been doing it. But I think whatever we have, during the Corona period, the awareness levels have gone so high. And if you simply explain something with that level, people may not be, they are expecting, everybody is expecting something different. So the question comes, how do we create that flexible learning environment? So what all the skills and competencies are to be learned to do the flexible learning? And how do we create an adaptive learning environment? Personalized, engaging, interactive, interesting. Okay, I think these are the things which we need to learn, and we used to take it further in this regard as such. Okay, now coming to the so in this context only, I'm going to pitch in this the introduction to the alternative educational technologies. So this alternative educational technologies basically refers to the innovative educational tools and approaches that enhance learning beyond traditional methods. So these technologies offer, very importantly, flexibility, accessibility, and personalized learning experiences for the learners. I think this is very, very important. And even our national educational policy is also talking about these matters. Okay, so let's do a little bit of a diagnosis about our the limitations of the traditional education. Of course, it has got so many wonderful experiences. I'm not saying everything is bad, but there are certain things which are not coming out of that one. Like first one is a rigid structure. Traditional education often follows a strict schedule and curriculum, which can be limiting for students with diverse learning styles and needs. And thanks to the national educational policy, now we have multi-entry, multi-exit kind of a thing. And second point is ABC is now a reality. But many institutions are in the process of implementing in a snail space. Maybe everybody's saying their own way of thinking. No. This problem will happen. That problem will happen. But the point is, for example, a student after completing the requisite credits, it said that the student can leave that institution and do some job, and within 7 years they can able to complete. Second one is limited resources. Access to resources such as technology, experts, and real world experiences can be limited in traditional settings, hindering students' exploration and engagement. Thanks, now we have, innovative and a special at least 3 months to 6 months on-job training options has been created. Otherwise, many times what happened, last time I must tell you, somebody said, call me. I was invited for one of the college in the Barak Valley. Believe me, friends, that day, I don't know how it happened. I changed 3 flights. Delhi to Kolkata, Kolkata to Guwahati, Guwahati to Dibrugarh, because flights got cancelled and they merged. And from the Dibrugarh, I traveled almost 160 kilometers, reached that campus by around 6 o'clock in the evening. The roads are, during that time, it was little pathetic because of the floods and so on and so forth. But what I noticed, because that was the first day, the penultimate day, I think the program is going to start from next day. But all the participants are eagerly waiting to for me to learn. So after meeting the participants, my entire stress has gone, my entire pain has gone. So my point is that people, and they said there so many things. And believe me, it's a 3-day workshop. I completely handled the entire 3 days. It was such a wonderful way it has been done. So that props are there, and very importantly, passive listening. And traditional methods often focus on passive listening, where students are expected to absorb the information rather than actively participate and create. Because that was the structure has been created for that one. But yes, but again, I am telling you, I am not critical of that one. But yes, every system has plus and minuses. But the way the students' expectations are there, I think we had to meet, because I have 2 kids at home. Both of them are studying law. Believe me, friends, and their inputs will be wonderful to me. Like when I go, and many times they were so critical. So how the things can be, I could able to see the first hand student responses and so on and so forth. Okay, so benefits of so then what was the benefits of this alternative educational technology? So first and foremost thing, we have some interactive, engaging content. So interactive tools, simulations, and multimedia content can make learning more engaging and enjoyable for students of all learning styles. So what does this means? Yes, you required resources. Then only once it is being done, then you can make it interactive. How? What was the method to be followed? I'm going to explain and demonstrate to you. Second, very, very important point is it should support the personalized learning. So the adaptive learning platforms and personalized learning path allow students to learn at their own pace, space, and time. Focus on areas where they need extra support. Yes. Third one is accessibility and flexibility. So this online learning platforms and the mobile applications provide students with access to education anywhere and anytime. Of course, our Swayam is one such platform. Swayam and Swayam Plus. Swayam, you know very well, it is about the curriculum courses are there. Swayam Plus is meant for the job-oriented courses. Excellent courses are available And my request to all the teachers attending here, irrespective of the levels, before I prescribing a medicine, I always takes that medicine first, especially in teaching learning process. And collaborative learning, of course, this is very important. And you must have seen in my site there was a nice quote by Albert Einstein. I always quotes that. So he said, I quote, I do not teach anyone. I do not teach anyone. I only provide the environment where the learning happens. So in this collaborative learning tools enable students to connect with peers, experts, and resources around the globe, fostering communication and the teamwork. So what is let's try to understand uh, what are the tools are available to meet this kind of the requirement. The first and foremost thing is you require a learning management system. Okay, now I'm going to show you. This is so earlier again. There is a huge demand. Could you please confirm that my screen is visible and voice is audible properly?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
yes,
Yeah,
please.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So,
Pre-model
you see,
cloud instance.
sorry, sir. Sorry, you said something?
Pre-model cloud instance.
Yeah, yeah.
The
And,
PPT.
and yeah, and this one, the example is it is a cloud-based, free cloud-based instance, and you can create a nice platform like I have shown you. And this is about the Moodle platform, so that you can create an online asynchronous environment where you can support the self-study mode, number one. And number two, ensure the collaborative learning environment among the students. Number three, as I already mentioned to you, it is an extension of the conventional classroom, so that this platform can be used effectively. But this platform cannot work in isolation. You have to have the resources with you, and I'll come to that part. But not only resources need to be you create in such a way that it creates the concept acquisition through learner interaction has to be ensured. Okay, now, okay, this is one part. If you don't like Moodle, or if you want to explore some alternatives, Canvas Cloud is there. Okay. In Canvas Cloud, what happens? You can also create a similar environment, whatever the things it is being given over there, and you can able to use it much more easily and comfortably. But little bit of learning is required to be done. Uh, but now the point is, yes, what is required over here is, of course, we required a tool called Moodle, a tool called, there are many options are available for developing interactive and engaging learner-centric content. So one of the tool which is very popular and which supports the things in a much more comfortable manner is uh, um, uh, is the Edpuzzle. Okay, and the advantage with the Edpuzzle is, let me show you once again. Uh, Let me share the sound with you. Uh, See, I'm running one small video, and please confirm that sound is coming or not.
Kids these days are learning how to do almost everything through
Are you getting the
video.
sound?
Yes,
Video
sir.
sound?
Videos
The
feel
sound is coming.
personal, are
Listen,
highly
listen.
visual,
Yes, sir.
and let you control the pace at which you learn. But when you try to show a video in class, you might not always get the best results. Sometimes it's hard to know if students are paying attention or if they're actually learning anything. But with Edpuzzle, turning a video into a dynamic lesson is easy. You can add questions anywhere in your video, so you can check comprehension and get students to engage in critical thinking. You may not always have time to find a video and add your own questions. But don't worry, the entire Edpuzzle community has got you covered. Scroll through our library of teacher-created content and get inspired by what other educators like you are doing in their own classrooms. Or choose from our standards-aligned Edpuzzle originals, instructional videos with built-in practice created with you and your students in mind. With the time you save, you can focus on other important things. Sometimes the video content you're looking for doesn't exist yet, so why not try making it yourself? Edpuzzle's screen recording tool lets you create the video that fits your students' needs. When you're done, you can edit the video and embed questions all in one go. Your students will appreciate seeing a familiar, friendly face as they learn. Once you're ready to assign your lesson, that's when the magic happens. You can hold students accountable for watching the entire video and monitor as they watch it at their own pace. Then, use Edpuzzle's real-time analytics to figure out who's ready to move on to the next lesson and who needs a little more help. That way, you can decide how to best use your time in the classroom. So, the next time you want to assign a video, let Edpuzzle be your guide. You'll be joining a network of educators who are changing the face of 21st century teaching, one video lesson at a time.
So this is about the one of the interesting and important tool called Edpuzzle. So what is this Edpuzzle is all about? It is an online platform that allows to create interactive videos lessons, which can be a great tool for the experiential learning environment. And it is a versatile platform that can be used to enhance the experiential learning environment in various ways. Let's try to understand what we can do with the Edpuzzle. So with the Edpuzzle, we can create 5 important things. There are 5 important points. The first one is we can create interactive video lessons. So Edpuzzle allows to create video lessons that include questions, comments, and other interactive features. And use this feature to create video-based experiential learning environment that students can compete at their own pace. That's important. So we are creating a personalized, flexible learning environment. Let me repeat that 6 essential things: flexibility, adaptability, personalization, engaging, interactive, and interesting environment. Okay, so this feature is creating a video-based experiential learning environment that students can compete on their own pace. Second, it allows the record reflections. Students can record the reflections, whatever they have learned, and they can post it on the platform. And they can do the collaborative projects, which is very, very important. And of course, this is one of the very important thing which we all of us are interested to know. Gamifying learning, that we can integrate the quizzes, we can challenge it, so many things. And it gives a wonderful interactive thing for the teachers. So they provide nice analytics, so detailed analytics that can help you track student progress and identify areas where students are struggling. And we can use this information to adjust the experiential learning activities and provide targeted support to students who need it most. Okay, and so that's how these things are very much important to do this. Okay, now how do we implement this environment? What are the prerequisites are there, and how do we take up this matter further? So I'll be showing you one small activity which is there on your screens, and I request you, because I have not mentioned this one when I sent the details to Professor Mathur. And but yes, I think you can see that. So it has got 2, 3 very important levels are there. The first one is about we need to complete the Edpuzzle registration. And as far as Edpuzzle registration is concerned, if you visit my platform, and in this platform, there are certain videos which I specifically mentioned about the Edpuzzle. Someone's microphone is on, please mute. Someone's microphone is on, please mute, sir. Whose camera is off, but please mute, please. So here actually there is one Edpuzzle. Now I think if you could able to do in my presence, I don't mind it. And first of all, watch this video um, uh, about how to create an account with the Edpuzzle. Okay, so this is a simple process, and to get registered yourself so that you can able to use it. So once it is being done, what is important is you required resources. You required resources. So the question comes, where are the resources located? So resources are, I think, already available under digital repositories of Government of India, digital repositories of the state governments, and digital repositories of the national, international institutions, and digital repositories under open educational resources. Okay, so I think this is very, very important. So, and this will be useful in two ways. Number one, you can use this material to update and upgrade, and you can skill it, reskill it, and upskilling also can be done at the same time. Second point is we can able to use this material in this online asynchronous learning environment, enabling the students to study the concepts before the class or after the class. So, for example, what are the what was the learning outcomes, so that everyone needs to understand this. We need to understand the various types of digital repositories maintained by the Government of India. Number two, learn how to access the resource available in these digital repositories. Number three, explore how to effectively use the available resources in teaching and learning context. Fourth one, which is very important, identify the learner-centric pedagogical approaches to make the resources more interactive and personalized. Okay, so you know very well that Swayam is one such digital repository. Swayam is basically meant for the curriculum programs. Swayam Plus is the job-oriented, nice courses are available. I think we all should learn this. These courses are very, very important, which can be done. Along with that one, I hope you all must be knowing that there is something called Skill India Digital. So Skill India Digital, this is again, this can be installed on your mobile phones. It's available in the Play Store, and National Skill Development NSDC has created wonderful skill courses are available. And I request all of you, please, install this program on your system and on your mobile phones, and at the same time, encourage the students to join such kind of a programs and take a benefit out of it. As far as the Swayam Plus is concerned, again, you all must be knowing excellent job-oriented course, job-oriented and knowledge-oriented courses are available. Like for example, AI courses are available, and there are some paid courses, there are some free courses, and participation courses, certificate courses, micro credential courses are available. I think these things are very, very important. Similarly, there is one very important and interesting component called Swayam Prabha. Okay. Swayam Prabha is again a wonderful video repository of Government of India, where we have courses from the higher education to school education to the higher education to the competitive exams. There is a small hands-on activity often I used to do. I think, Prasul, can you able to listen to me? Uh,
Yes, sir.
or I think I wish this can be shared with the participants. Can anybody, Prashul, can you hear me?
Sir, if you want to share, then
No. What I'm trying to say that you take a screen grab of this, and this can be shared with the as an activity with the participants also.
okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. And earlier also, no, the first of all, the first activity is this hands-on activity on Edpuzzle. Okay, you take the screen grab of this and post in the, and I'll be sharing with some steps to use how to effectively use the Edpuzzle. And second one is about this Swayam Prabha.
Okay, sir.
And I think participants, please understand the logic behind this. See, what happened here? So Swayam Prabha has so much content. Okay. So what I'm asking is, how do you submit this assignment? This is activity, sorry, not assignment. This is an activity. How to complete this activity? First of all, visit the Swayam Prabha website. I am from computer science. Okay. And I am teaching in the UG level. Fine. Subject, you write down computer science, and level is UG level. And identify, see, for example, let me show you the demonstration process. So I typed Swayam Prabha. Okay. So for example, here I'm something called, currently I'm teaching a paper on cloud security. Cloud security. And when I click the search button, and what happened here, of course, I required something for the higher education. There are 136 records are found. And you can further refine these things. But what is important is, out of this one, I need 3 sets of videos. Look at this option which is coming on your screen. So point number 4. Point number 4 is, there are some videos helping the students to understand basic level of understanding. There are some videos who are helping the students to understand the application level of, advanced level of understanding. And there are some videos definitely useful for the them to use the application level of understanding. Basic level, advanced level, application level. So I think you had to go through those videos and identify them, which one is useful. Okay. Then, of course, it's available in the YouTube also. Point number 5 is not important. Now, point number 6. See, in the basic level, in advanced level, in application level, all 3 categories, Some videos are explaining the concept better. You need to identify that. Some videos are explaining the skill better. Some videos are explaining the idea better. Some videos are explaining the task better. So what I want to know that in the activity, what is the video which you have selected and which level it is pitching, basic level, advanced level, application level. Then what is the sub level, concept level, idea level, skill or task. And finally, how you are going to use this. So the point is now we set till now what is happening whenever we come across any such video, simply we provide the link to the students, which is not yielding any or the desired result. Of course, somewhere some students are reading it. But what I want to say that there are certain facilities are available to create a personalized and adaptive environment where personalized and adaptive learning environment where we can create a concept acquisition with the learner interaction that can be done ensured very comfortably. So this is the way this Swayamprabha content can be done. Similarly, there is another very important component which I am saying, that UGC e-resources. Okay. So here again, we have 27 MOOCs courses, 18 Indian languages, non-technology MOOCs courses, content is available. EPG Pathshala. So that is again very, very important. Like for example, EPG Pathshala. And when we open the EPG Pathshala and click on the student corner, you can see so many courses are available over there. For example, I am looking something on computer science. So if I click on the computer science, now it has been divided into two parts. One is paper and other one is module. When I click on the paper, for example, I'm looking at paper on data structures. You can see in the bracket there are 40 is reflected. 40 means 40 modules were already written there. Okay. So 40 modules, out of the 40 modules, what I am going to say that, first of all, I'm looking something on abstract data types. See what is happening over here. So you got e-text material. We got an e-text material, and which can be the e-text material, which is 1 minute. E-text material which can be downloadable, and I can able to use this one. Learn more. You have extended reading material of 2 pages. It's available. And the third important thing is there is a self-learning video is available. But okay, this is about. But the question here is, this e-text material is available in English only. But for example, and my students, I am from the rural place, and my students are basically looking for the content in Bengali. So how can he get this material in Bengali? So Government of India has created a wonderful environment for us, and there are two important platforms are available for us. One of the important platform is Anuvadini. Very important platform. The name of the platform is Anuvadini, and the link I am sharing with you in your chat box. I request all the participants. I hope you are noting down these things, and you can get this information. And for example, what is this Anuvadini? There is a small video is available. I just want to run for a few minutes, and this can be run. Watch this for a few minutes. Please confirm the voice is coming fine. Video voice is coming.
Yes, sir. Video voice is coming, sir.
Okay. Please listen.
Yes, sir.
I've been hearing a lot about Anuvadini lately. Could you give us a quick rundown of what exactly Anuvadini is?
Anuvadini is a make in India large learning, large model type. So it translates the documents, images, voice, videos, and immersive AI. It is helping Indian students who is residing in villages, tribal areas, as well as in cities. So it is helping government ministries, state ministries, PSUs, and various other businesses, as well as the content creators who's creating content in various Indian languages. At the same time, you can write documents in Indian languages and can be translated into Indian language as well as foreign languages.
For many people, life is a struggle. Struggle in your job, struggle in your family, struggle with your relatives.
Fascinating. I must admit that Anuvadani can help students and professionals tackle so many issues that they face. However, I would like to know what sparked the idea to create Anuvadani and what were the main reason behind this innovative approach.
As you know, 80% of the Indian citizens live in villages and remote areas. So most of the students, their parents and their grandparents as well as the entire village is non-English speaking users.
Right.
So now the question is, how they can get an equal opportunity of knowledge gaining and acquiring the skills. So that's where the Anuvadani comes into picture. And in 2015, in Bihar, Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji promised to give education, engineering education as well as medical education in various Indian vernacular languages. So that's where the thought process started. And within AICT in-house, we have developed the Anuvadani, and it not only translates the Indian to Indian languages, it translates the foreign language to Indian languages to foreign languages, at the same time Indian language to Indian languages. So it has 19 Indian languages translation capabilities and 29 foreign language translation capabilities. It not only translates the text, it translates the entire document. Okay. So that's the beauty of it. So imagine you have some 100 pages of document consisting of various text, tables, images, and special formulas, mathematical symbols, or of chemical formulas, etc. So it has a capability of translating this as it is like a Xerox copy in various languages. So that's the beauty of Anuvadani.
As we already know that there are so many translation tools already in existence, what sets Anuvadani apart? What unique features or benefit does it offer that other tools might not have?
The accuracy is the first very important thing, because the more accurate translation you do, the better translation outcome. So what we did, we have created a custom dictionaries. Let's take a scenario, you are translating a law-based document. So basically you can attach a law-based dictionary and glossary to translate that law-related document, so that the translation also happens and the outcome is more law-related, law-based document. So we have more than 800 plus such kind of a custom dictionaries of various domains and sectors. So this is one of the unique proposition we have. The second one is editing capability. Imagine you translated a document using any popular existing translation tools, but the problem is you can't edit there. So here we have created our own editor where you can edit the document. You can basically add any new text if you want, by speaking. Because normally if you have a document, let's say you translate it using any popular tool, you need to download that, then customize it, and if you want to add something, you need to type. But here we have given a voice command based, so you can select a language and you can speak up to 47 minutes continuously. And it captures all that information and you can simply copy and paste it to the editor, so that you have this edit capability also. Along with that, imagine you would like to add any latex symbols, which is very, very special in nature. So
friends, this is about the Anuvadini, one of the very important tool which is available for us by the Government of India. And I wish we are. And if you look at the Anuvadini, this is the website of Anuvadini. Okay, let me just open this. This is website of Anuvadini, and very nicely. For example, let me demonstrate how simple it is. So if you click on the first option, Bujji, small but powerful online document translation tool. If you click on that, you need to sign up. Since in my case, I've already signed up with my official mail account. and password, you have to create a password on your own. Okay, so I hope everybody is watching this one because unfortunately I could not see the faces. So I've been keep on asking that because so that we should not miss this important thing. So the source language is English. The destination language, of course, because I can't understand other languages. You see, it's Hindi is available, Assam is available, Bengali, Bodo is there, Dogri, like this. So let me click on in Hindi. So you need to upload the document, maximum 5 pages it does. And if you are interested to translate more than 5 pages, you can write and they will help you out in this regard. Okay, doc file and PDF file can be uploaded here. So, for example, OER hands-on activity, which simply I want to show you how simple and how easy, effective it is. And it's translating depends on, yeah, you can see it on the left hand side. Um, okay, and what is the beauty of the system is on your left hand side is in English. Okay, and then on your right hand side is in Hindi. Okay, you can increase the font. And the beauty of the system is you can edit it in the real time also. Okay. So such options are available. This is about the Anuvadini. Now, let me explain. There is another very important app which is very useful is Bhashini. And Bhashini is again language app, and it's Mighty has developed this application, and it has got so many options. Like for example, and you can text translation, conversation can be done in one to many 19 languages, voice, screen, and very interesting way. So this will be like if you type something and generate the web page also can be done, and many things like these options can be explored. And I request all the participants to do that one, like Skill India, Digital, Bhashini, and Anuvadini. These things will be very much helpful for the teachers to do that. So I think this is where the UGC resources I've been talking about. EPG Pathshala also I explained to you. Anuvadini introduction part we have already told, and very importantly other things also. Now, so since now let's come back to the how this Edpuzzle will be working for you, because ultimately I think that is where we talked about all these things. To use the Edpuzzle, you require the resources, and these resources are going to be understood very clearly, and what is the purpose of that one. And whatever the resource we are taking, two things should be clear. What was the objective, and what is the expected outcome of this one? That should be done very systematically. Now, coming to the so how to use it? For example, let me use. I'll be taking a simple like Creative Commons. I'm taking a one small video called Creative Commons licenses. Okay. So this is the video.
Have you ever wondered how?
Okay. Anyway, my next session is also going to connect to this. So this video, what I'm trying to say that this video is giving a basic level of understanding to the students. Okay. Now I'm going to use this video in my in the Edpuzzle part, and let me close all these things. Okay. So the first part is, as I already mentioned to you, that I have opened the Edpuzzle since I have already joined and I have been using it. Okay. So the first point is once we open the Edpuzzle, so on the search bar, you can copy the video which you have taken. And earlier, what generally we used to do, we used to copy this video to the students. But what I'm trying to say, to create that learner-centric pedagogical environment, we need to ensure the students get the concept acquisition, whatever the video concept acquisition, through through the interactions. Okay. So now what I do, let me copy that video. You see now what happened? The video has been imported into the Edpuzzle environment. Okay. But one thing, please keep in mind, the original video remains as it is. There is no change in that video part. The original video will remain as it is. But only thing is, we are going to create, we are making small interactions on the video so that it gives a learner-centric environment. Okay. So here, the first part, you have something called cut. Cut means we can prune the video. So, like, of course, we know very well about the WhatsApp. We have been using the image pruning part, and here also we do this part very comfortably. And voiceover means whatever videos you have created, those videos only the voiceover can be provided. Like, for example, some part of the video we can speak in Bengali. Originally is in English and speaking in Bengali kind of a thing. Okay. Now comes the last option, comes the questions. Questions here, we can see there are two sets of questions. Please confirm that my voice is reaching to all of you. My presentation is visible.
Yes, sir. Your
Yes, sir.
presentation
Yes,
is
sir.
visible and we're audible, sir.
Okay. So now what I'm trying to say here, now there are two sets of questions we can generate. Number one is there is a AI integration on this Edpuzzle application. So that, for example, the first part would be, and the second part would be the manual thing. Again, please try to understand. My purpose of using the Edpuzzle is provide the students a better concept acquisition through learner interaction. That is my purpose. Okay. So I click on generate questions. Sometimes it works. Sometimes, it has some issues, may not. So it has got three options here: open-ended, multiple choice, and both. I click on both. See what happened. There are 5 questions were added. So we can review and edit them in the sidebar or timeline also. That is the advantage of these questions. Okay. So now the first question was added at 1 minute 56 seconds. The second question was added at 2 minutes 12 seconds. Prashul, shall I give some activity here so that they can do in my presence?
You can, sir, but interaction, I
Okay.
don't know. Can we handle it or not?
Yeah.
So no problem. No
We
problem.
are
I know
using
that's what.
mobile phone, sir. Is it okay?
No, mobile phone is little difficult, sir. Mobile phone, these things cannot be done. Because mobile
Right.
phone, if it is an exclusive mobile phone, that's not a problem. It is 1 minute. Sridevi,
Otherwise,
I good evening. I am in a class with NSOU by 9:50. It's over. After 9:30, can I call you? I'll call you after 9:30. Huh? Sorry. Sorry. What I'm trying to say that if you're using a mobile phone exclusively for this purpose is fine. Otherwise, but mobile phone is not. iPad is okay. Pad is okay. Desktop or laptop is okay, but mobile is little difficult to handle, sir. Okay. So
okay.
and
Shall I
so
open a laptop?
yeah, I think if you could able to open it laptop, that would be better. That
Yeah.
would be
Yeah.
much better. That would be much better. Okay. Now you can see, sir, there are 5 questions has been created, and the teacher can take a call. Sorry.
Photographer.
One minute. Okay, there are some questions for over. See, and now you can see below. I'm making the changes also accordingly. Fine. And this is about
This is non-committal.
this is about the AI based creation of the questions. Now you can see, for example, some of the videos will not work. Okay, what would do? Okay, so in that case, what I'm suggesting is, let's create an environment. For example, this is the time bar. I just want to drag the time bar.
You can create mission. Every permit automatically protected by.
I take the time bar and I move up to 36 seconds. I stop that video. Then I'm going to ask one open-ended question. Explain the full form of CC by SA license. Okay, here I can enable the audio response also, so that students can give an audio response. Friends, I've been using this one last 10 years. Such a wonderful platform. We can do many things much more. I think bringing the interactivity is the need of the hour now. So that the learner can learn, the concept acquisition can do. Friends, just give me a minute, please. There is an urgent phone call. Just give me a minute, please. అయ్యా నమస్కారాలు. ఏమిటి సౌండ్ సాధారణ వేషం అంటే ఏమిటి, మీ పంచకట్టులు రావాలా? అద్భుత అద్భుత అంటే ఏం లేదు. ఇప్పుడు అన్ని సామాన్లు సేకరించుకుని ఇగో ఇప్పుడే ఎవరికో పాఠం చెప్తున్నాను 7 to 9 తప్పట్లేదు ఇవాళ. అంచేత మీకోసం ఆపే కప్పుకునే వాళ్ళకి ఏదో వస్తుంది ఫోన్ అని చెప్పి. మిగతా సామాన్లు తర్వాత మాకు లింక్ కూడా పెట్టారు. మేము 9, 9:15 వరకు రావచ్చా? ఏమైందంటే నేను నిన్న రాత్రి 1:30కి వచ్చాను భువనేశ్వర్ నుంచి. స్వామి పిలిచాడు. మళ్ళీ ఒక్కసారి దర్శనం చేయించాడు. సెప్టెంబర్‌లో పిలిచాడు. మళ్ళీ నవంబర్‌లో పిలిచాడాయన. పూరి జగన్నాథుడు. ఏమో పిలిచాడు సార్. జగన్నాథుడు నిన్న కూడా భయంకరమైన రష్ అట వాళ్ళ కార్తీక మాసం. బట్ వారు పిలిచారు. తర్వాత ఒక అరగంటలో దర్శనం చేయించాడండి స్వామి. అంత రష్‌లోను కూడాను. ఎలాగో ఆయన అదేదో అద్భుతం జరిగింది నిన్న. సరే చేసుకొని నేను రాత్రికొచ్చాను. సరే వాళ్ళంతా వచ్చారు. వచ్చేటప్పటి నుంచి బ్యాటింగ్ సరిపోతుంది పొద్దున్నుంచి. క్లాసులు అని. రేపు ఒక్కరోజు ఇంకేం పెట్టుకోలేదు. చెప్పండి. ఆ! అయ్య బాబోయ్! వద్దు బాబు. కూర్చోబెడతారా? సరే మీ ఇష్టం. మీరు ఎలా అంటే అలాగే. నాకు అలాంటి ఇబ్బంది లేదు. అలాగే. 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 తప్పకుండా. అయ్యా! ఇంకేమిటి విషయాలు? నేను మాట్లాడతాను. మీకు చేస్తానమ్మా. చెప్పండి. కరెక్టే కదా! రైట్. ఇది మన మన ఇదిలాగా ఇది అన్నవరం సత్యనారాయణ ప్రసాదం లాగా? ఆ! అంటే పులిహోర లాగా? పులిహోర లాంటివేనా? ఆ! తెలుసండి. అవును. ద అద్భుతం. అది అది చేద్దామంటారా? స స సరే అయితే. Sorry, friends, there is an urgent call. So now you can see that I have added a open-ended question. Then I saved that.
Copyright.
So that open-ended question at 36 seconds has been saved. Like this, you can give several interactions. But it all depends on not in the for the sake of just giving the interactions, but that interaction should facilitate the concept acquisition through the concept acquisition should happen. Okay. So once this has been completed, I'll click the finish button. Now you can see on the left hand side, friends, just give me a minute, please. Just give. Sorry. So so you can create this kind of an environment. Okay. After creating this environment, uh, any point of time, if you want to edit this video, this can be edited. If you want to, the one finally you want to assign this one to a group of students or multiple groups also. Okay, it's basically now it is private, and if you want to make it public, so whatever video you have created, it became a public also. But I made it private. Now, if you click on the assign option, when you click on the assign option, what you could able to see on this system about the just a minute. Yeah. Now you can see so for some one class has been created for me, and in this class, what was the time you are going to provide? Are you allowing the students to skip the video or not? How many attempts the students wants to do? All these things can be done much more easily and comfortably. And afterwards, simply after assigning this video, then there are two possibilities are there. One of the important possibility is you can run this video in the live mode. Okay. Like live mode means actually basically when we are uh, use the in the classroom also when mm, we can use this video into the system, and that way that can be done. And if you don't want to use it, and you can share it as an assignment also. But what is more important is we can invite the students. And they can able to use this thing very very easily and comfortably. Okay. For example, if you click on that, um, 1 minute. You can see that when you click on the this option, invite the student option. Just give me a minute. It is taking little time. Yes, it is now. Yeah. And now this is the way the students the student can able to, so you can post it in their WhatsApp group. In the WhatsApp group, what you can do is simply when the student can able to, how the student can able to open, if they click on this one, and they can able to see, this is how. So for example, the student Anirban, for example, and he can click on join open the school. See, this is the video which I just uploaded into the system just now. Okay. So my point is that and whatever, whether the student has watched, what are the issues and challenges he has faced with respect to this video, all these things can be able to, we can able to track it. Okay. This is the way, what I'm trying to say, that you can create this kind of an environment. I think that is one of the benefit of this alternative educational technology. Here you can see, you can create the engaging content, number one, and also you can create a personalized learning environment. What is happening over there, if you could explore it, then you will find out. uh, uh, okay, student has taken a question, then he may reply it later. But the point is, in the second round, for example, there are two scenarios are emerging here. Scenario number one, uh, student understood very easily. The level of the students are very high. The question may be very low. The level of the students are very low. The question may be very high. Okay. So how do we balance this? To balance this, there are so many several AI tools are available. So, like for one of the example of the AI tool is Twee.com. And what will happen in this Twee.com? Uh, so, what you can do in this Twee.com, I shared it in the chat box. What it does basically, it analyzes the video. You upload one video, I think, because in the pricing options are there. If you upload some video, and it generates the, first of all, if you are asking for a open-ended questions, 10 open-ended questions it gives, 10 multiple choice questions it gives, 10 true or false questions it gives. That is one of the advantage of the Twee kind of a thing. Okay, so there are many such tools are available. Even our Chat GPT is also doing this kind of a things. So what happens? So student can able to analyze this option, and they can able to use it, and accessibility and flexibility is very much there. So now, because all these things cannot run in isolation, because why, if you are using a learning management system or kind of a content management system, one of the advantage is that you can able to use this content very comfortably, and student can, what is one of the very important understanding would be, student can learn on their own pace, space and time, and as well as the style. That's one of the very, very important. For example, books also facilitating in that way. The learning management systems, I have mentioned you two important learning management systems like Moodle as well as the Canvas. They are used by schools, colleges, and businesses to deliver online courses, track student progress, and facilitate the communication. And of course, they can also create the specialized learning platforms also. And of course, personalized learning experiences are very, very important. With this Edpuzzle kind of a tool, there is something called Lumi also, you know. they facilitate. So the personalized learning experiences tailor education to individual needs and learning styles, ensuring that each student receives the support and resources they require to succeed. I think this is very, very important. Like, for example, if 42 number shirt or 44 number shirt will not be suitable for everyone. Okay, so we cannot prescribe in that way, but yes, so we can segregate them into some parts, saying that this will be so adaptive learning platforms adjust the level of difficulty, and some of the AI based things are also there in this part. Learning analytics will be very much helpful. Personalized feedback is also very much helpful. And as far as the now you can see in the Edpuzzle, we are creating the gamifying learning environment and interactive content. So rewards and the other things, interactive content we are bringing, problem solving and challenges we have been doing, and of course we are creating a personalized and feedback environment. So there are several collaborative learning platforms which I've been stressing in the beginning onwards. The online platform which I have created, which is running for the last almost 18 years, has one of the very silent feature is about the collaboration. So that I whenever any problem happens, I expect the students not only they discuss, for example, why it is so. See, when the student comes to a conventional face-to-face synchronous classroom, he learns from the four different sides. He learns from the teacher, learns from the content, learns from the digital and non-digital material, and of course, learn from the environment. Teacher, peers, content, environment. So generally, these students are, and here, teacher is supporting them like anything. So what is happening is we can also create the similar environment in an online platform also. I think if you could able to succeed in creating or at least near similar, I'm not saying that everything can be done in online, but if you could able to see a near similar environment in this online platform, which is an extension of the conventional classroom, where you can create a flexible, adaptable, personalized, engaging, interactive, and interesting learning environment, we are all successful. Okay, so not many things can be done. So the future of alternative educational technology, the future of alternative educational technology holds exciting possibilities with the advancement in virtual reality, artificial intelligence, and the personalized learning system shaping the landscape of education. But what is important here is not the technology. What I'm trying to say here is, of course, yes, the technology is going to be very important and is going to have a very important role. But the point what I'm trying to bring over here is, uh, if you want to, the impact of the technology in higher education, uh, many times people saying that no, the curriculum need to be changed. Definitely. See, no, there is no doubt about it. Curriculum need to be changed. Very places very outdated. But one point I wish to bring to your kind attention: the teachers are not outdated. Teachers are attending so many workshops, seminars, conferences, national, international, getting exposure from this. Why that exposure is not bringing it? Fine, the curriculum is old, no problem. But I am a teacher. I know I'm publishing in national, international publications. So why don't we bring those publications, those research related thing, those knowledge of the workshops with our own students? Whether you like it or not, one statement I just want to make it, friends. Whatever the research we do, whatever the quality parameters we try to ensure, I think that should be useful, helpful for our faculty in this country's faculty and the students first of all. And then other things can happen. Of course, you go for Springer publication, you can go for Web of Science and Scopus, no doubt about it. But what I'm trying to say that, see, this country requires the people. This country requires so much research need to be done. And there are many people who have been doing excellent work in this regard. They may not be publishing. The publications can be useful to certain section of the society. But what I'm trying to say that when we are conducting a workshop, even though cameras are off, no problem. I hope you are all listening to me, and I assume that. Otherwise, I can't even teach for 2 hours. You're all listening to me, because what I'm trying to say that who knows, tomorrow I may come to your college or institution as a NAC chairman or NAC peer team. And because I could able to see the names of the people here, 100% I'm going to ask you. If I don't ask you the question, you will ask me. You will come to me saying that, sir, you explained, you conducted this workshop, you took the classes. So my point is that the effectiveness of the technology, whatever these 2 points are there, it should be directly proportional to 4 important things. Number one, training of the faculty members. The training should be focused, outcome based, hands on based. So after the training, when and we should have a definite timelines. Okay, after the 3 months down the line, 6 months down the line, 1 year, what was the plan of action? What is the market requirements? What are the market requirements? Because anyway, we are students may be novice, no problem, because students may be new. They may not be knowing it. But you as a teacher know it, we as a teachers know. So you try to be in touch with the reality and provide the application level of knowledge so that students can able to, once they, instead of passive listeners, they can be an active listeners, active functioners. Because we want whatever knowledge, whatever degrees they are earning, I think they should fetch a job for them, for which some efforts are definitely required. Yes, 100% I know that curriculum need to be revised. If curriculum could not be able to revised, you can add it. Nobody is going to stop. Nobody is going to stop us. So that's first point. Second point is environment. So I wish teachers should create their own environment. Teachers should create their own environment. So nobody comes, and environment means not, I am not talking about the hardware, software, smart boards. No, it's not the smart board. How to teach smartly in the classroom. It's not the language, because we are everything we discussed about, in one of the earlier sessions, somebody said, sir, you add Hindi, you add Tamil, you add Telugu, you add other languages also. That's good, because they want to learn. They're so keen to understand that what need to be done. Okay. So environment has to be created by the teacher concerned. And there, don't wait here and there. What is the policy of my state government? What is the policy of my central government? See, policies are there, definitely. But we are the people to make or break of the system. Number three, to create this kind of environment, the third one, which is very important, is the positive intent, friends. Without the positive intent, we cannot able to do the things. Positive intent is very, very important. And the fourth one, which is very important, very uh, and that is required for the system is positive intent and right attitude. Positive intent and right attitude. And right attitude, the great man of this great nation, the missile man of this country, APJ Abdul Kalam Saab, he has said some interesting, three interesting words, which I used to quote in my classes. Number one is about this one, fail, because fail is it's basically a first attempt in learning. Okay, so it's important. And second important thing is about there are so many things which we are learning. So unless and until we understand the things, and you cannot take it in that. Number two is about uh, in the end. Many times people used to say that, sir, whatever efforts we have been making, things are not happening the way it is being expected. So because we had to do it on our own and we need not wait for that one. Then third important thing is no, because people will say that uh, no means it's many times we expect students are saying no no. What is no no is not really they say no. They are looking for the next opportunity. Okay, I think unless and until we have this kind of an attitudinal thing, positive intent, setting up of your own environment, and of course having a focused outcome based, hands on based training, and of course somehow it was not happened first time in my online teaching. I generally insist that people do along with me after I demonstrated something, I'm asking them to do. I think I'm not comfortable with that old school of my engineering days, like do theory in the morning, do practical in the afternoon. No, because once we do along with me, because one of the experiment which I've been doing last 10 years is, so, for example, I conduct a workshop for 6 days. Immediately, I support for 30 days. I give a project work for the participants covering all 6 days of the content, which they need to plan. Overall planning they need to do, planning for implementation they need to do, and submit a blueprint with a valid proof of evidence. So that's how the things works. So the next 30 days, I support. There is a WhatsApp groups are there. So and I
Participants, kindly mute yourself, please.
Rasool, will you please mute them? Nalanda Open University. Okay. So the point what I'm trying to say that uh, unless and until we create that kind of environment, so it cannot be a reality immediately. Huh? It takes its own time. I think I stop it here. I have now it's open for questions, comments, whatever you want. I will be answering to that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. The lecture, if I say it's interactive, as well as you have shown us the tools that can be implemented. That is the most important part. And if we can even implement some of them in the classes, that will be great. So I would request the participants, I think you have many questions, but I would request them to ask one by one. And kindly, if you can, please show your video. That way, the interaction will be more fruitful. So one by one, you can ask the questions. And if you want to ask next, you can raise your hands. I can call you by name also. So the session is open for discussions. Okay, so I have Baijanti Chatterjee. You can ask your question?
Yeah. Go ahead,
Sir,
Baijanti. Yeah.
yes, sir. So I thank you. Firstly, thank you for this fascinating lecture. I was following I was following your the steps that you instructed for doing the Ed puzzle. So I got up till assignment, and Anuvadini was also fascinating. And I just wanted to ask that how do I incorporate the alternative educational technology in my daily classes when I'm taking. For example, I'm a history teacher, and history is considered way boring, the most boring, I guess, by students. So when I'm teaching, I see them yawning and all. Uh, how do I adapt technology in when I'm teaching one-to-one interaction?
First of all, I think whatever may be the perception of the students when they are earning, and you are getting people with yarning and switching off the cameras, and so that is the reality, Bajanti. Accept the reality. Okay. What I'm trying to say, there are two-step process simply. First of all, if you are comfortable with Moodle learning management system, for which I've already showed you the cloud option. Just get registered yourself, and simple videos are there. Simple videos are available in the YouTube, and you could make it functional. If you find it difficult, go for the Google Classroom, and that option must be available. Now, second point is videos. Google Classroom, simply instead of uploading the simple videos, what I'm suggesting is use the Edpuzzle or Lumi. Edpuzzle and Lumi both are same coin, two sides of the coin, and make them interactive. See, one thing which is missing most of the cases is when you are there in the class, they are enjoying. That means the teacher is creating that environment. What I'm suggesting in this alternative educational technology, you create concept acquisition through learner interaction. If you create that kind of an environment, because I'm not telling just like that, because I've been using this one very regularly, and that too because of my national level commitments of traveling. Almost 20 days I'm out of Delhi, but I never miss my class. Today morning, I think I was telling, last 4 days I was out of Delhi for some workshop. But every day, 2 to 3 videos I'm sharing with my learners with the nice interactions, and increasing the degree of difficulty. Some are basic level, advanced level, application level. And most of these videos are already available. I'm not creating any content. I stopped creating content because since it's nice things are available, and you may take from digital repositories, or you may take from open educational resources, whichever may be the case. But what is important is I am creating the interactions, nice interactions, and connected activities for my students, and I'm engaging my research scholars also to facilitate their learning. And after 3 days, today morning, I have a marathon 6 hours of the class, which is online. No student has done it. Because what I'm trying to say, I could able to see on the first day, the videos I have uploaded, how many of them done, what are the issues and challenges I could able to see. So I address today. So when I connect the online with offline and offline with online, things were happened. I think this would be one of the best way to create it. As far as the questions are concerned, I've already told tools like ChatGPT, Twee, and many other platforms are there. And you can analyze the video, depends on the students, and you can go for that one. Kosto Chakraborty. Yeah.
Yes, stop Chakraborty, please.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
First of all, I regret to inform because I'm using my mobile data, so my voice might crack. So that is why I kept my video off. And sir, it's a privilege to hear you because I myself is a computer teacher. So I can relate many of the tools, and as well as I have upgraded myself to whatever the things you have discussed today, especially uh, each and every aspects, each and every materials and the tools which can improve our interactive teaching and make the class more comfortable. Sir, my actually question has nothing to do with your sessions, but I just want to clarify about the activity that you had just discussed during the session. So, like, are we supposed to prepare this in a group or in a single, or are we supposed to, post it into the LMS portal or something like that? Because the things are not clear to me.
See, I think very good question, Kosto. See, I think all the activities which I have already sent to Professor Mathur, the organizing team, are everything, even the activities which I had been given today are individual in nature. So my point is very simple. Like, for example, I asked something in the Swayam Prabha. So identify the video. So, for example, if I want to conduct this one in the class in my presence, so you have been typing all these things one by one. What I'm asking is, you put all these activities in a single file and submit that file to the organizers. If they can send to me, and I will check it out. So one of the activity on Swayam Prabha, it should be done. What is I'm asking this Swayam Prabha? You identify, one basic level of video, which is explaining the concept better. Okay, you take that video and how you are going to implement that. That is one. And similarly, in the Ed puzzle also, I'm asking to create a small interaction kind of a thing that. And apart from this, there are two activities which I've been providing. You put all these things in a single file, individually submit to the organizers. That completes the activity.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you very
Welcome. Welcome.
I would like to say that I have taken the screenshot as instructed by sir. I will share it with Professor Mathur, and Professor Mathur can share it with them.
So, Prashul, if time permits, if there are no questions, can I call it for the day?
Yes, sir. Sure,
Because
sir.
it was a marathon day for me.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. I would like to
Thank you, sir.
convey
It's
my
a very good presentation.
Thank you.
sir. Is
Thank
our
you, sir.
sincere thanks to you. You have taken valuable time out of your schedule to give us this interactive session. So thank you very much. And further will be communication will be done by Professor Mathur with you.
Sure.
Yes, definitely. Thank you again, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for giving me
And
the
take rest. Yes, take rest, sir. Take rest
I'll
today.
do that. I'll do that.
Good night.
Okay.
Good night.
Thank you,
Good
ma'am.
night.
Thanks. Namaskar. Namaskar.
Namaste.
And thank you to all the participants for joining in this session. I thank the organizing team for organizing this session, the NSOU and Uttarakhand Open University team. I thank the coordinators, our Honorable Vice Chancellors, Professor Indrajit Lahiri and Professor Om Prakash Singh, and the chairpersons of this FDP, Professor Anirban Ghosh, Professor Jitendra Pandey, and the coordinators, Professor Ritu Mathur Mitra and Professor Ashutosh Kumar Bhatt. And thank you all for joining.
Thank you so much, Pushpa. That was done wonderfully.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. And good night, participants. Take care all.